Hello? Can you guys hear me?
There
Is
he
this
is.
a beautiful woman?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I'm in the dark. I'm outside.
Oh,
I
this
don't
is
know if you can see
amazing.
me or not.
It's not being recorded right now.
What's going on?
It's
That
not
is
being
a
recorded right
that
now.
is a false statement. It is being recorded right now.
Good
Is
good
it?
luck, Jamie. You're
Oh,
Wow.
playing you're not playing Mathers, you're playing Fimer,
I
right?
got I got Fimer, yeah, and Puka just got a
Oh yeah, you
touchdown.
have Puka, love it.
What timing? As we start the podcast, Puka nails a touchdown.
I love it. Love to hear it.
Not two receptions, 19 yards for the touchdown. Why is your projection so low compared to Fimer right now? Do you not have your big dogs in?
Yeah, I'm playing mind games.
Yeah, you're trolling.
Wow.
Get taking a page out of Gander's book.
Is that what he did?
Just benching all his main guys. Yeah, that's what you were
Turner,
doing.
I'm so upset you got screwed the last 2 weeks.
Watson, I want to start this by apologizing to you and costing you $50.
All right, buddy.
I
Oh,
appreciate.
what is this about?
Well, there's oh
Oh,
man,
you don't know about this.
there. Put it this way: the trades we were making at the deadline were very highly controversial to the
Oh,
Yeah,
point where people were putting money on this.
the Brian Robinson trade was very controversial, so I bet Fimer $50 that Turner would not be in the toilet bowl.
Fimer was certain. Fucking bastard.
and he was correct.
He was correct.
In,
Yeah.
in fairness, though, that Brian Robinson hasn't played the last 2 weeks, right?
Well,
No.
neither did he. Had Turner had a couple other guys that ended up not playing either.
Your
Four
team
of
is
my starters. Four of my starters last week did not play, and I could not replace them. There's nothing I could do, and I couldn't predict that. I didn't have a crystal ball saying that they were all going to get concussed.
That's
Last week.
fantasy football, man. It's the fucking way she goes.
Well, it's what I said last podcast. It's fantasy football is 95 to 100% luck.
80. I'd say 80.
Watson says 80.
well. I'm looking at your division right now. Fimer won with the third most points scored in that division, that is difficult to do.
Schedule luck, injury luck. There's
And you
just
know
a
what?
lot.
It's not even close. You outscored him by over 100, and Fabio outscored him by close to 200.
Fabio pull it on like he.
What
really
happened? I thought Fabio was a shoe, and he was going to be my favorite
get it bad
to
last
win.
week.
He
It was going to be Fabio then Jamie.
going
He didn't
into
even make the playoffs.
going into the last week, I needed either Fimer or Fabio to lose, and I would have gotten in. And had they both won,
You would have been out.
yeah. And I was shitting bricks on that Monday night game because it came down.
Yeah, what was the Monday night game? The Eagles Seahawks,
Seattle.
and he had DK and
Well,
maybe someone
I think
else.
he was playing Theo, I think, if that's right.
You were playing Theo, weren't you?
I was playing Theo, and he had a ton of guys in that game.
Oh no, not the Packers. DK for sure.
Yeah, he had DK, he had Ken Walker, he had the Eagles
Right.
defense, he
My
had the
boy.
Eagles kicker. He had 4 guys going that night.
We were commenting on the chat that you were probably sweating that night.
Oh, I was shitting bricks. I couldn't even I had to turn the game off at one point, and then when he throws that touchdown, I was like, oh, I thought for sure it was Metcalf.
Yeah, so did we. We were mentioning that on the
It would have
chat.
been fitting. I had already said before that you'd probably, the two of you probably have had the worst luck throughout the season.
Well, I mean,
And you're the highest scoring team still.
and I averaged like exactly 100 points a week, which is
That's got to be close to an all-time high. Maybe not quite, but
and that's
Jamie's scores were a topic of discussion for a while on the thread. How you'll score 140 points and then
And then
70 points.
and then you get 70, and it's
No, that was just Mather's opinion until Marco proved it all wrong.
And how remind us how he proved it all wrong, this theory.
He went back. He just went back and said if Mathers played Jamie's schedule, his record would be worse. That was about it. And that Jamie had the highest scoring week. Like I don't know, it was like way more than anyone else.
I think I had it like 4 times, which is that's a lot.
That's 4 guaranteed wins right there.
So Watson, how do you feel going into? Well, you're in the middle.
I'm in the nothing. Like I don't even need to set a lineup. I don't think.
And Turner, you are fighting.
Watson, you're still playing for a draft nomination order.
Is it really? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, but I would want to lose then. Like I want to lose both so I get a higher nomination.
Oh, that's an interesting point. Are we allowed to do that? Throw the last game?
There's got to be. Marco's got to have some kind of.
I'm sure there's a rule in there about
this podcast. This is breaking news, boys. This is breaking news.
It's probably just our regular season reverse standing in that 5 to 8.
Yeah, it might.
Well, Marco's gonna have to think
because
about
it's
it
whoever
now.
loses their keepers always has the first nomination.
That's right, but
that's what I mean. So if you finish last place in that middle, you would receive the highest nomination.
That's right.
So I'm sure Marco just has something to, or if he doesn't, then wow.
He's going to now. This is called the Matt Watson rule. He has to change it tonight.
Take Marco, all my players out of pull a gander and take all my players out.
That's right.
So Turner, you got Shanza, and you got some guys tonight, huh?
You know what? I'm playing Shanza. Interestingly, Shanza and I played each other in the Toilet Bowl final last year. Shanza beat me bad. This is kind of like a revenge match, and he's playing with Cooper Kupp right now. So
he has Jahmyr Gibbs too. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get like 50 points this week.
Oh, I don't like that. I'm just thinking about Cooper Kupp being on my team the previous 3 or 4 years.
And now him coming back to haunt you. Yeah, that would be tough.
Might put the nail in my coffin.
Taysom Hill, how is Taysom? You got Taysom Hill in your lineup. How has he been doing?
He's been great at the second end of the season. He's up to 7th overall tight end.
He also didn't play for you that 1 week. Wasn't it last week he didn't play?
He did not. He was one of my other guys who was hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a great middle of the season. Then he got these injuries.
What's the other Toilet Bowl matchup? Corey and
Tanqueray?
No.
Oh yeah, right.
No, Marco.
Or Marco, that's right. Yeah, Marco and
Theo, living up to his name, but Corey ended the season on a 3-game win streak.
I was just gonna say, me and Marco and I both, like, I can't remember what his record was, but he was 7-3 or 6-4 or something, and we both just lost every match. I think I lost 5 in a row, 5 in a row to end the season.
Yeah, Marco lost 4.
Yeah.
And Corey only finished 1 game back of low for the division. So that's
really, yeah, wow.
Yeah. 8-7 won that division, and Corey finished 7-8. So he
has Debo who went pretty nuts for a bit.
Yeah. Jalen Waddle had a good week last week.
Well, that's like Fabio had a slow start to the season, and then he just stormed through the end there to make a playoff spot.
So who's favored in your matchup? Or you said you're playing some mind games. That's right.
I am, yeah. I think if I had my lineup set, I think I would. All the matchups, at least in the you know what? I think even in the Toilet Bowl, I think they're all pretty tight. They're all within like 2 or 3 points of each other. So,
who does Buffalo play this week?
Buffalo, they play the Chargers.
Ooh, that's could go either way. Like they could totally have checked out, or they want to have a like we still care defensive game against Josh Allen.
Yeah, I want to know. Well, Buffalo's fighting for their lives. I think I heard
Oh
on
yeah,
I heard on the radio today so Buffalo's next two games are the Chargers and the Patriots, and if they win those,
yeah,
and
they play the Dolphins. Yeah, week
and the
18.
and the Dolphins' next two games are Baltimore and I think Dallas. And if they lose one of those games, and oh yes, Puka just had another huge catch.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm not watching it right now. What is it? Still 7-0?
Yeah. And so if the Dolphins lose one of their two games, that week 18 game, if Buffalo wins against Chargers and the Patriots, that week 18 game is for the division.
Yeah, for the division. Yeah, that's right. How do you feel about the very realistic possibility that the Lions could be playing the Rams and Matthew Stafford at Ford Field in the first round of the playoffs?
You know what? That is not a team I would want them to play. Like they have seen.
Because they play the Vikings. I'd much rather play playing the Vikings 3 times in a row though. That would, or 3 out of 4. That would be pretty crazy.
No, that would be tough too. There's such a logjam of teams that are there. Like Buffalo can basically go from winning the division to not making the playoffs.
Yep.
Kind of like how MLA finishes every year, right down to the wire.
Turner, do you have what is your keeper situation here?
I haven't even watched. Sorry for interrupting. I haven't even watched the last episode yet. What were some of Mather's predictions? I'm curious.
Ooh, we did do a prediction on who we thought would make it. I don't remember. Do you remember, Turner?
I can't remember.
I believe I
think he said Fabio.
What's that?
I think he might have said Fabio, but he was in a playoff spot at the time.
I think I said fine. I think I got it.
Got it. Because Lowe was already a lock, I think.
That's what we figured, yeah.
Did anyone else come on?
No, it was just the three of us.
Okay, so
and Mather's in his fantastic house coat.
Yeah.
That was never
bought. That was perfect. You know what? I watched the episode and I was thinking we forgot to comment on his house coat online. We did offline.
Yes, we did.
Forgot to do it online, and that was low hanging fruit there for comedy right there.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, what missed it. Yeah, and you know what, Matt? I appreciate you joining the show. You're the only one to do the open mic session so far, so hopefully more guys will jump on.
Is Theo ever going to join us for an
Theo's afraid of social media. He's afraid of big tech, I think.
I like hey Turner, loving the Christmas tree, buddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And by the way, to our listeners, this is the Christmas episode. Yeah. So I changed the background.
Sorry, I'm just hanging out in my kid's basement right now.
Why are you in the dark?
Well, I shouldn't be in the dark anymore. I'm in my house.
Oh,
is my video not on?
Yeah, your video's not on.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd love to see your smile.
Don't worry about it. So Turner, what's your keeper situation then? Are you gonna lose out on someone big?
I made some
there we go.
moves at the end of the deadline, and I had.
Can you guys see me now?
No.
Nope.
Okay, sorry.
Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, so Turner, who do you got for keepers?
Rams just got a field goal, 10-0 Rams, by the way.
Oh,
there he is.
There he is.
This whole time, I didn't even know that I wasn't on video.
Yeah,
Just
that story of your MLA season.
It really is. That's funny.
That's great. My keeper situation. Well, I made a big trade with Watson for a keeper, a great keeper named Brian Robinson, possibly the best keeper in the off the board at $11 next year. Yeah, for the top 10
Something
running
like that,
back. Yeah. Maybe top 5 running back, so I can't beat that. And then I immediately made a move for Olave, which will be great.
He had a couple big catches to start this game, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a concussion last week, unfortunately, but I like him. And I've got Pittman. He's cheap. I could keep Jonathan
He's
Taylor.
back from the
He's
dead,
cheap.
eh?
Pittman, yeah, he's been great.
Like he died last week and now he's playing.
That's weird too, that any guy that has been put in the concussion protocol has, I think, maybe it's not 100%, but it's very close to 100% that they've missed the
The
following
next game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was someone recently who did play. I'm trying to think of who.
Yeah, I know. When I said that, I was like, oh yeah, someone did
Was
come
it?
back.
I think it was Olave, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was
he
it
missed
Olave?
5 weeks. Yeah,
Yeah, against the Lions.
2 weeks ago.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then, well, so like Lawrence, it would be in that boat this week. Like
Yes.
he hasn't practiced yet.
Yeah, Fimer has
Fimer's back.
has Wilson in
Russell Wilson and
a Christmas Eve matchup against New England.
What's Fimer and Mather's matchup look like? Or sorry, yeah.
Scores?
Low is currently up 5.5, but the projections are Mathers is projected at 97, Low is projected at 92.
Pretty good.
And sorry, does Fimer have anyone playing tonight against you?
No, Fimer's got nobody tonight.
Fook is at 10 points. He's at double digits already.
Yep, like
Gotta
that.
feel good. 1 quarter in, 1 and a bit. So Jamie,
Yeah.
I got a question. Being in a playoff spot, what's more important to you, to win the championship this year or to make sure Mathers does not win a 6th championship?
Well,
I know what's more important for me and the rest of us.
Listen. The last person that I want to win is Mathers, but I would love to play him in the finals and beat him. Especially
the last time that Jamie won a championship, it was very crazy as well.
Yeah, why don't you guys remind the viewers of that story?
That's the Christmas Day score
correction.
I think
Christmas correction.
Yeah, Watson won by a point, which is devastating.
What, at night? Like you went to bed thinking you had lost by a point?
Oh, this was days
2 days later.
This
was days later. Yeah.
I had lost by a point, and I was a fucking grump. Like, I'm a grumpy asshole as it is, but I was fucking like, for those.
Well, so okay, I don't know if you remember this or not, but you were beating me by quite a bit.
Yes.
And it looked like you had it wrapped up, and then Luck had a 0.
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
I remember that.
Like a full game 0.
0.
Yeah, played the full game. Yeah, fuck, I do.
Full game 0.
Yeah. And then I won, and then they changed the defense to a block kick.
Blocked field goal.
And there
2
she
days
goes.
later.
Several days later. This is like, this was.
Yeah, it was like 2-3 days later. It was like after they do the stat corrections.
Yeah.
That happened this week too. Like I didn't affect any league I was in, but like 2-3 days later, they went and changed the fumble to Goff that they had on the center. So like that could have switched some matches.
Yeah, Goff wasn't. I don't think Goff. I think Goff was
in
on
the not the Denver game, but the game before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I do not want Mathers to win. I would honestly, I would rather lose this week if it meant Mathers would lose next week.
No, but you want to win.
I think I'm the better team to beat Mathers. I scored almost 300 points more than Fimer.
Who does Miami play next week? You said Dallas? Is it in Miami?
Miami's got a pretty tough schedule. They have, but does that mean they're going to be shootouts, or does that mean?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Miami,
who's Low? Low has Kyron Williams. Who's Low's big players?
Kamara,
yeah.
He's got AJ Brown,
Yep.
Prescott.
Yep. Who does Dallas play this week? They play the Lions next week.
Dallas plays Miami.
This week. Okay. Yeah. So that game could be a shootout. Which is good for both of you, really.
Yes, it is. And
I hope Miami wins that game. Lions could still win the 2 seed.
oh yeah, that's true too. That's true too.
Would you try to get to any of those games, Watson?
No, probably not. Be nuts though. But I enjoy watching it at home.
I
Yeah.
cannot like it gives me when I watch Lions games, it gives me a headache just like because I've been there and it's so fucking loud.
Yeah, it's very loud. Yeah.
Then you get some kid with a high pitched voice screaming behind you. Ugh.
Last game I was at was
Piercing.
it was a few years ago now, but the game where Stafford threw a touchdown to Golden Tate to end the game against Atlanta. And then they overturned the touchdown. We're like 10-second runoff. Game's over. Lions lose.
Well,
it went
everyone's just pissed off.
out ever to like people just so bad and like we're out of here.
Everyone's quiet. Quiet walk home to the parking lot.
What has been your best at a game experience?
Football, not many.
Well, you're a Lions fan, so
Probably. So even though they lost, I was at the well, I've been to March Madness in Michigan. Saw Michigan State play in March Madness. That was pretty wild.
yeah, that'd be good.
And when I lived in Toronto, I went to Canada US World Baseball Classic game. That was insane at the Rogers Center.
Was it sold out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Actually, pretty funny. So I went with my buddy Zabo and Sean McFarlane, and so it was like $25 for upper bowl, 125 for lower bowl. And I was like, well, there's not going to be many people. I'll just buy an upper bowl and come sit with you guys. So I did that. And then like I looked like the crowd was completely full and no one ever came and asked me to move from my seat. It was insane. And they lost, but it was a wild game. Like they're a huge underdog, and I think there was like a close game going into the 9th inning, and it was just insane.
Who were the big Canadian players at the time?
Like Joey Votto, Russell Martin,
Yeah.
a couple other guys.
Do either
Gagne. What's that?
Yeah.
do either of you guys remember when Zach took over? What week it was?
Ooh, it was early. You know what? It was the week after.
The week he played Mathers, wasn't it? Or was before that?
He was playing against Mathers. He played against Mathers that week. It was on the Wednesday.
The very first week.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is
It was the week after we interviewed him, actually.
That's right.
right. So, I mean, kudos to Zach because he came in and he went on a 4-game win streak.
Yep.
And
Made some big trades with Fimer too.
And essentially dug himself out of the toilet bowl.
Yeah, he did.
So that is.
And did you beat him last week, Turner? You did, didn't you? Or whatever, 2 weeks ago.
Yes, I did. Yeah. But I lost the last two. Because I still had a chance.
You lost the last two. Okay.
Yeah. That's when my injuries happened. Yeah.
So Watson, who has been your fantasy MVP of your team?
None. Nobody.
Wow. Nobody.
Did you draft Bijan?
Yes.
He meant to.
So my strategy was whoever was nominated first between Bijan and McCaffrey, I thought was going to go cheaper, and that's who I was going to buy.
See, Watson thought he was drafting Brian Robinson and accidentally spent 70.
Actually drafted Bijan.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Arthur Smith is nuts, man. Like, you have Drake London and Kyle Pitts and Bijan, and you're giving the ball to Cordarrelle Patterson and Tyler Algier and Jonnu Smith, and like it's insane.
I would think that David Montgomery had a very good year for you.
He in the start he did, and then
He hasn't
Gibbs
been
has
great.
come on, and then he got injured, and Gibbs started playing well. Burrow, as he started to play well, he got injured. Him and Andrews, same game, done for the season. It's just been that kind of season.
Chase is Chase out for longer?
He's
than-
out this week. Actually, well, yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't even
Hold on
care.
a second. We have Cynthia is trying to join.
Cynthia Ronconi, all right. I thought,
Yeah, let's get Cynthia
Oh.
in here.
didn't expect that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just that kind of season. Anthony
There's your-
Richardson I had, he's done. Who is this? Is this Marco?
No, it's Cynthia.
Oh, okay.
Cynthia Ronconi here to talk about Marco, I hope.
Turner, what's your playoff prediction in both the championship and the toilet bowl?
Well, I hope to knock out my predicted. Hey, there he is.
There's Cynthia.
Festive sweater. Wow, you and I guess when you've been married that long, you start to look like your spouse. I assume that's what they say. Festive
Yeah.
sweater. I like it.
The two most disappointing teams in the second half.
Yeah, Marco, what happened?
Wow. I just get on here. I'm getting attacked already. It was a real
You know what
sad
this was.
4-game losing
Well, I'm
streak.
talking about the both of us.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me and Turner.
No.
It's just a whole league of disappointment.
Just the league. This is a league of disappointing gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost 4 games in a row. That was very sad.
Only outdone by me, 5.
Yeah, only topped by Watson's 5-game lose streak.
That could be
Yeah.
close to a league record itself.
No, I
Oh,
lost
I don't
11.
think so.
I lost 11 games in a row.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's got to be a double digit in there somewhere.
So Marco, welcome back.
Great to be back.
What's the score of that game? What's 10-0?
10-0 still, yeah. I actually just turned it on as I turned this on. I was away at a little Christmas party / housewarming just for a few hours, had a few cocktails because it's a Thursday night. And now here I am.
All right, spare us your fucking high class North Bay.
Noble lifestyle.
Yeah.
Noble living. We're gonna see
Noble
Marco
living, baby.
we're gonna see Marco on the cover of Cottage Life next month. Oh,
Yeah, they'll have an article about hosting fantasy football drafts, Cottage Life football drafts. It's gonna be amazing.
So
I'd buy that one.
what's everyone's predictions here? Toilet bowl. Let's start there.
I'm gonna beat fucking Shea, man. Actually, we're pretty close projection wise, but I'm just confident in my team.
I don't know. Theo's got a bunch of Packers, so I have to say that he loses.
That would be nice. Yeah, unfortunately, the Packers are playing the great Panthers, so
Yeah,
Well,
that
that's
doesn't
Ooh,
that
juicy
doesn't bode
match.
well for me.
Your projections are really close too. 51 for Marco, 49% to Tanqueray.
Yeah, they're really tight, really tight.
Were you
They always are, though.
Well, even mine is 53 to 47.
were you getting a little worried about Hertz last week?
About playing, about him playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I picked up Mariota.
Mm.
Just throw him in there if Hertz decides not to go.
Took his own plane, but then rode the bus to the stadium, but flew in there by himself. What a team!
Sounds like he just wanted an extra day off at home.
I think you know what? I think I'm gonna go with Theo. I think he is tinkered too much.
What, you think Theo's going to win or lose?
Oh no, I think he's gonna well, I guess lose the toilet bowl.
Oh, win the toilet bowl by losing. Yes.
win.
Win the Sacco. Yeah.
How many trades did Theo make this year?
There was a lot in general.
There was a
It
lot.
I
just
feel
a lot
like
of these-
in the chat that Jamie's not in, I think Theo was talking like maybe he made like 12 or 13. He was trying to hit some number before the trade deadline.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
Making trades to pad the stats.
Well, there was a
Yeah.
lot of need to make trades for this week because my team is decimated from a lot of people.
I think a lot of people felt that way. A lot of injuries this year, so people did. Have to
Theo
make
has a lot of question marks on a lot of questionable players too. Although I guess all of them played last week, so.
Marco, what just happened in that game? Why does New Orleans have the ball?
Missed the field goal.
They missed field goal. Okay.
Sean
Nothing.
McVay was pissed.
Who has
John,
that game?
John McVay is angry.
Oh, so earlier, Marco, they asked me if I would rather win or make sure that Mathers loses.
Is it more
Can't you do
important
both?
to Jamie?
Can't you do both?
I can do
And-
both.
So I asked, is it more important to Jamie that he wins, or is it more important that Mathers loses and does not get his 6th goddamn championship?
Like winning would be great. Beating Mathers in the final would I'd make it.
The icing on the cake.
Yeah. Especially considering he messaged me, I want to say sometime around, it was getting close to the trade deadline, whatever week that was, and he had said, "Oh, because my odds of making the playoffs have plummeted to 30%. 30%. Are you making moves?" And then proceeded to offer me a bunch of horseshit trades for Tyreek Hill and Achan and all my top guys.
Sounds about right.
Yep. So that would.
Fimer did give you kudos for calling him out on his trade offers.
Oh, is Fimer listening to the podcast now?
You must have seen that episode because
Last time I talked to him, he had no interest.
He just made some comment that he was happy that you called Mathers out on his bullshit offers. To quote
Weren't
Fimer.
Fimer and Mathers going back and forth though, like they're posting screenshots of each other's offers in the chat one day? Is that what it was?
That's the day. I think that's the day I'm talking about.
Like going back months and posting a screenshot of an offer that was made like 2 months ago.
Taking receipts.
So, Turner, Watson, did you guys say there was controversy with the trade that you guys made?
Well, just over like
Basically, everyone called me an idiot.
yeah.
What was the trade again? You got Robinson and
I got like Kittle and
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
and Jerome Ford. This is
Jerome
a terrible
Ford, yeah.
trade. This might have been a terrible trade.
Which like that trade didn't work out for me at all.
No way. Evans
Well,
was
who
good.
did you give up, Turner?
I
I gave up Brian Robinson, or he gave up those 3 guys, and I gave him Brian Robinson.
Yeah, that worked out well for Watson.
Gabe Davis and
Marco's favorite.
what's his name? Dotson
Dotson, yeah.
on Washington.
Yeah, and Gabe Davis proceeded to put up a bunch of goose eggs, which really was great.
Yeah.
Brian Robinson proceeded to turn into Brian Robinson.
He got hurt. Actually, no. Gabe Davis had a 105-yard touchdown game on week 12. Which is 16
Surrounded by
points.
2 goose.
He has had a bunch of zeros since, which is crazy.
Yeah, he had 4. Yeah.
And Diggs hasn't even
3.
really done much either. It's been all James Cook.
Oh, Cook was an animal in that game this week. I just hope Buffalo has just like figured it out and they're just gonna steamroll their way into the playoffs. Because like to have Buffalo and Detroit in the playoffs, and that could be as far-fetched as it would be to see them in the Super
Buffalo,
Bowl.
Detroit, Super Bowl. Wow.
It'd be
Well,
amazing.
Buffalo did expose Dallas in their run defense. Every team's going to try to carve them up now, like James Cook.
And Dallas is very good at home, so they really want that first round bye.
Lions at Dallas next week, Saturday night,
That's right.
or 2 week, well, a week from.
Big
Yeah, not this
touchdown for Rashid Shaheed.
Who's got him? That's a big touchdown. That's a 45-yard touchdown.
Rashid Shaheed. Wow.
Who's got?
Oh, he's
can't
probably
teach
not
speed.
in anybody's active lineup.
Speed kills.
Thrown by Carr or Taysom?
Thrown by a
Well,
real
that was-
quarterback.
That was a car.
Dang. I need Taysom to start throwing them up. You know what? With Taysom getting less than a point so far, I might be in trouble. In good shape. I got to get some points.
Who's Shea got? Shea's got Gibbs.
Got Cup right now.
Ayuk, Cooper Cup.
Ayuk's your old boy, eh?
Originally, yeah.
Yeah. How did you get Joe Mixon, Marco?
I traded Theoret. It was part
I
of
feel
the
like a
DJ
lot of guys
trade.
got passed around through various teams, Mixon being one of them.
Passed around for sure.
And Mixon had a good season, actually.
Yeah, he's been coming on.
Yeah.
Marco,
especially in the second half.
how was Fabio feeling last week? Because I told these guys I was shitting bricks in that Monday night game.
Yeah, he was very sad. He's very sad, emotional.
Emotional.
He ran
One
through
of
the full,
three
ga-
James
the full
Cook
gamut of emotions.
highlight.
Yeah, I've been there.
It was like he had a good team this year, second highest scoring team in the league.
I said he
And,
would have been my 1 and 2, him and Jamie going into last week.
So he was anyway, like that Zach Moss injury at the beginning of the game just killed him because the Colts went crazy. They rushed for like 170 yards against the Steelers. And so Zach Moss was poised to have a big game. He got injured, and then that cost him. And then, of course, obviously other players cost him, but yeah, it was close. You miss the playoffs by the skin of your teeth. It's always a little more upsetting.
Especially when you score almost 200 more points than the person that does win.
And you said Fabio has not won, but he's won the regular season at least twice.
He's won the regular season multiple times. He's pretty consistent. It's just one of those things like my teams are generally pretty consistent. Like if you our sacred spreadsheet, if you look at it and you see who's like at the top of scoring and like points per game, you know who you'll find there.
So I was asking that at the beginning. So Jamie, you said what? You averaged 100?
I averaged basically exactly 100 I got.
Do you know where that is all time, Marco, over a season?
Oh, there's been a few teams like Gander averaged over 100 last year.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah. There's been a few, definitely a few. Like Watson, you've done it. Jamie's done it before.
Probably not by a lot though. Like that's got to be pretty close to the highest, wouldn't it be?
Well, there's an extra week now too, right?
Yes, an extra. Yeah. So
No,
it's
but
a
like
total
average.
point. Yeah,